up guys, welcome back to the Joe Cobra YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Gears 5. Gears 5 is developed by the Coalition and is published by Microsoft Studios. Basically what's happening in number 5 is that the Locust and the Swarm have returned, and the story follows mainly Kate and the gang on her journey to discover the secret behind the necklace and what is her part to play in all this. Of course, the necklace that mother gave to her before she sadly passed away in number 4 has a lot of meaning, and we get to find out about this more in number 5. And also, of course, to put a stop to the Locust and the Swarm.
Kate.
No.
Kate, you can't see this. You don't want to see this. I'm sorry. Kate? I'm sorry. Thanks for coming here.
Of course.
Can I recommend we maybe get these people out of here?
Hey, just slow down.
No, Foz is right. We need to move.
What are you talking? He's dead, man. Give her a minute.
She'll get her minute in the Raven.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Now we need to leave.
I'm not going.
Excuse me?
For months now, I've been having these dreams. Nightmares. But I think they were messages.
What?
Something's happening to me.
It's your grandmother's?
Enough. We'll deal with this later. Foz, round these people up.
I need help.
There's a place up north. I think we can find you answers there.
No. Absolutely not. We have orders.
You'll go with me.
God damn it, both of you, listen.
I'll go with her. Look, if you're missing, Jen will notice.
Okay. I'll push Jack the coordinates.
No, Corporal. You're coming back to New Afira. That is a direct order.
Well, Captain, screw your order. This isn't about you, it's about me. I need to fix this.
Hey, watch her. Her necklace? That's a Locust symbol.
Yeah, so?
She would never be our enemy by choice. I know that.
Because she would die for us.
I know that. But what if it's not her choice?
It was great to see all the characters back: JD, Marcus, Del, Baird, Coltrane, Kate, as well as some new faces also. First up, we'll start with graphics. The graphics for Gears, they look absolutely stunning, and is probably the best Gears yet. The Coalition have really put their stamp on Gears and have finally made it their own after Epic Games leaving the series after Gears of War 3. The game runs at a glorious 4K 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, and with the HDR also making the game world pop with fantastic use of colour throughout the game's varied and beautiful environments. Particle effects, fire effects, and the physics system, and the overall attention to detail in this game for the characters' faces and the armor is just insane. As well as the Locust and the Swarm looking as menacing as ever, and it all helps draw you even more into the story of the war-torn world of Sarah. This for me is one of the best looking Gears games. The sound here is really well done as well. All the weapons you know and love are back with some new ones, and they all sound and feel brilliant. Apart from the snub pistol, which we'll comment about later. You really feel powerful when using them, and they have great kick and weight to them. And as always, we get a wide variety of guns, heavy and light, to help us dispose of the Locust Horde. The music for Gears is surprisingly well done also, and is a little bit of a change from previous games. And the people behind the music for this game are actually the people who done the music for amazing shows like Game of Thrones and also Westworld. And I thought it worked really well. I really thought it was a nice change of pace for the music of the game, and it gives it a fresh sound, where I think the other games were probably getting a little bit more stale with the same sort of soundtrack that they had. But yeah, I was happy with the music here, and also I was also happy with the voice work, which has always been stellar in the Gears games. And here again we have the brilliant John DiMaggio, who returns as the voice of Marcus Phoenix, whose voice just never gets old. And also Laura Bailey, who is great as our main protagonist, Kate Diaz, as do the rest of the cast. JD, Marcus's son, Del with his funny quips throughout the campaign, the mad tech man Damon, and of course my main man, the lovable and crazy Coltrane. You gotta love the Coltrane. One of the many new additions to Gears 5 is Jack the robot, who will be accompanying you throughout the campaign and also multiplayer. And he is a very helpful ally to your team, who is also a playable character and is lots of fun to use, especially for new Gears beginners out there. And he can be upgraded throughout the campaign to become even more helpful in the heat of battle, like fetching weapons for you, freezing enemies, cloaking you and your team, and much more. All while also adding some light RPG mechanics, another first for the Gears games. So upgrading Jack is very important, especially on the harder modes. Jack becomes a very important part of the team, helping you out in many different ways throughout the campaign and even in Horde mode. So yeah, Jack was a very welcome and very helpful addition to the game, and it really changed up the game having him in the team. The controls for Gears feels great too, and they're even slicker and snappier than all the previous Gears games. And the active reload works just as before, giving all the guns and heavy guns an extra bonus for getting the timing right there. And then for the biggest change in Gears 5, and that is the open world segments and the side quests that come with this. These parts are very welcome addition, and they change the pace of the game drastically from the more usual corridor segments that we have played for in the Gears games in previous editions. And I really enjoyed them, as it added a much needed change slash downtime to the campaign. And I hope that they continue to implement and improve this in future games, because I thought the open world part was really good and gave a different look to Gears from the previous games. And to help you travel through these locations is another new addition to the vehicle world of Gears, and that is the new skiff, which is basically a snowboard attached to a big kite. But yeah, it was actually quite fun to use and easy to control, and it's obviously a big help when it comes to traversing these big map sections, and was another welcome new addition to the Gears world. One last thing on the gameplay, and that is the bosses and enemies. There was some great boss fights in Gears 5, and they all look great and were fun to fight against, as well as the new and old Locust and Swarm. Enemies and the AI on the harder difficulties I thought was just as good as anything you see in Halo, in the Halo games, which are obviously very well known for having fantastic AI. Then we have the multiplayer, which is another huge part of the Gears games. And here, if you're a fan of the Gears multiplayer, then you are going to feel right at home here. The Horde mode returns and is even better than before. This time round, the Coalition have listened to the fans and have changed some of the things and added some of the things that the Horde mode was in need of. One of them being able to play as Jack the Robot, like I said before, just like in the campaign, which adds a new layer to Horde and is a cool way for beginner players to get into Horde also, as Jack plays more like a supporting role and is easier to play as instead of the players on the front line, shall we say. The new game mode Escape was really well done as well. I thought it was a fantastic new addition to the game. I thought it was something that they'd be quite lazy on and just to add something else to the game, but I thought it worked out really well. I actually got to play it when I went to the Regent Street store opening here in London a few months ago, and that was super fun to play. And you also get a map creator where you can create your own maps, and other people can also create their own maps and put them stick them up online, and you can then play their maps. And this is a really good addition as well to the game. It's a little bit like the Doom map creator for those who have played Doom. It's not as in-depth as the Doom map creator, but it's here, and what's there works really well, and I'm sure they're going to add to this in the future, as Gears has always got things coming for the games up in the future. I've not had much time to play the versus side of the multiplayer, so I can't really say much on that. But from what I hear, this has gone through a few changes as well. And again, some new features like arcade mode. So I'm sure multiplayer fans are going to be happy, and the multiplayer modes are as strong as ever. One last thing on multiplayer, and that is the cool DLC that's going to be available and coming in the future. If you've pre-ordered or have the amazing Game Pass, you get Sarah Connor and the T-800 from the Terminator World franchise, and you get to play with them in the multiplayer, and they look amazing and fit into the world of Gears perfectly, actually. And I see we're also going to get Dave Bautista, which is another great addition and a surprise as well. So that'll be cool to play as Dave Bautista once he finally comes out also. Moving on to bad points. The bad points, really, there's not many. I guess the snub pistol was underwhelming and sounded a little flat. Almost felt it had no place in the game, really. I know it's one of the weakest weapons in the game, but I just, like I said, it sounded flat, and it was just underwhelming, really, when you had all the other guns. And I just never felt the need to use the gun. So I almost felt like, you know, what was the point of having that gun in the game? And even though I did like the open world parts, it did feel very empty with not much to do apart from, you know, fetch quests. And I could tell that this was the Coalition's first go at open world sections in the Gears games. Also, the campaign ending comes across a little flat, but you know, I suppose it's all in preparation for what's going to happen in Gears 6, same as the way Halo 5 finished, basically. So when it comes to bad points, there wasn't many, so which brings me to my summary. And Gears for me is just the best in the series, along with 1 and 2, and it's just so jam-packed with content. It's fucking unreal. And it's going to be keeping you busy for a very, very long time, and it's just worth every one of your hard-earned pennies. But what makes this a must-have is it's free on Game Pass, so this makes getting Gears 5 a no-brainer, even if you're not a fan. I'm going to give Gears 5 a very strong 9.5 out of 10. I highly recommend it for any fan or anyone looking to jump into the Gears world to buy, or even better, get it on Game Pass. You will not be disappointed. Believe me. So guys, thank you for watching my Gears 5 review. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below, which is your favorite Gears, or what did you think of Gears 5. Also, please subscribe down below. Continue to support my channel. Thank you for everyone that has so far, and hit that bell as well so you get a notification of when I post a video. And I really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.